Yummy gummy ghouls! It's the treat that'll explode with flavor in your mouth. Yummy gummy ghouls. Cram them on in there. Hello everyone on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL8, welcoming you back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Cabin Fever, the show where we take a look at different decks every day during the month of January because we're locked inside a log cabin and there is no escape. Today, everybody, we have day number 8, and we have ourselves a great deck, and that is a combination of the Yummy archetype, which I'm new to, but it's pretty straightforward, and the Mimighoul archetype, which is a deck I've tried before, and they're not so straightforward because they're all about messing with the opponent. So we got ourselves some very nice level 1 monster synergy here. We got ourselves our deck where we show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's. And we'll have sort of a good old time just going into a bunch of level 1s, going for lots of damage, lots of interruption, lots of things of that nature. So we got ourselves our deck today on ND Pro, and it's all thanks to our boy, the JRPG King, who asked us to take a look at a combination of Yummies and Mimighouls, and by Jove, that's what we're going to be doing. So, if you want to know the whole deck list, as always, it's going to be at the end. For now, we're going to head on to the action, show off this deck, show you how it works, and have ourselves a good old time. So don't forget to hit up all the good buttons down below if you enjoy what you see today. Without further ado, let's get right into the action. Alrighty everybody, it's time for our first opponent, another day and another card game. So what do we have for an opening? Hey, not too shabby actually. We're going to start with our Mimighoul Dungeon. Nice field spell that goes with the Mimighouls. I like to categorize this deck as a going first to set up and then go second to deal damage sort of deck. So that's what we are aiming to do. So we're going to select our Mimighoul Archfiend. And usually I just pick Dragon as well. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll give my opponent Mimighoul Archfiend, and I get myself a Dragon. And we're going to go ahead and special summon the Dragon from our hand. That way I can search out a Mimighoul spell trap on top of it all. Very nice little thing. You know, this is the ideal thing that will happen for you. You know, Mimighoul you give your opponent Archfiend. It's going to let me draw. Once he is forced to flip that up, because unless he does flip it up, my opponent can't normal summon stuff till he flips up. Yeah, he will be forced to flip it, and then I get to draw one, and he has to discard one. It's pretty brutal. As it stands, let's see. I'm going to add Mimighoul Fairy. My reasoning for this is because it's a very nice card to just give my opponent. Because if I force him to flip this, he can't activate the effects of things he special summons from the hand. Let's see, and I can get another monster. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll summon out our boy Mimighoul Dragon. Nice dude to have. And we're going to summon out Gigantic Mimighoul. It's one of our best monsters. Wish you really had a summoning animation, that'd be very appropriate. We have our Giant Mimighoul. When he is exceed summoned, I can get myself a Mimighoul monster. In this particular instance, let's see, what do I want to get? You can either get Cerberus to mess with him, or Flower to search more stuff. I already have plenty of stuff. I could also get Mimighoul Slime, which forces him to give me a free monster. Which is also pretty good. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get the Cerberus. Cerberus is a cool dude. Not played half as much, so he's my cheeky little tech choice today. Alright, that'll do good for our first turn. Yeah, we got our Mimighoul room, where I can summon out any Mimighoul from the deck and flip a dude face down. And again, if he wants to normal summon monsters, he can set. He can normal set. But if he wants to normal summon something face up, he has to flip all these face up first. That'll activate all their effects. Pretty nasty. As long as I have my field spell, all my Mimighouls are going to get pretty big. So turn after they get summoned out, they'll get attack equal to their defense. Makes them pretty beefy. And this will be good. This is the perfect example of how the Mimighoul part of this works, obviously. Once I get another monster in my hand, which I will be able to next turn, I can go for the yummy part of this. Very nice with our one, or if I just draw to a yummy monster. Whichever happens first. Yeah, this is what this deck wants to do. You know, we start off, when we go first, I like to start with the Mimighouls. You know, interrupts my opponent's flow. They're not sure what to do with themselves. There we go. Okay, so he's going to flip up the Arcade. I draw one. My opponent Oh, but you're playing Orcust, so you kind of like doing that. I see. This is the one that lets you summon from the deck. That's right. Okay. 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 Shining Sarko. I'm not a big fan of that. Especially, I like my spells and stuff. Or we just gotta go for Gandora. Okay, what's this one do? Pay half your life when it destroys many other cards on the field. If you do, banish them, summon out a monster. Target a face down monster, change to face up, attack, or defense. I'm gonna activate Mimighoul Maker. I wish I'd have given Dragon, but this will work just as well. And I'm gonna chain Mimighoul Room. I'm gonna forcefully flip this face down. So we're gonna special summon a dragon. Let's see. Yeah, to my field. Put a dragon on my field for a summon. And flip this dude face down. So no field nukes for you. Now force flip Cerberus. Yep. Cerberus will mill 3 of my opponent's cards. And I get one of the monsters that get milled. I'll go ahead and get Fork. Like to get myself a Mimighoul Fork. Let's see. Yeah, he has to give me one of the monsters. So I'll get this, very lovely Fuawos. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but I'm sure I can figure out something. So, yep, that's the Mimighoul part, like I said. My opponent's being forced to do these things. Now, yeah, I won't get Fairy, but Fairy's pretty small, so it's not that big of a deal. It'll still activate, though, if he flips the darn thing. That's right. I flipped up your Gandora. If you thought you were going to easily field nuke me, you're in for a world of wrong, my man. Let's see what else. Oh, it actually hit Future Silence. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. I need to free up space. Alright, so he's not done just yet. He's got his Orcust going. Ditch an Orcust card. Don't have that many cards on the call. I'm surprised he didn't put this over here. I guess it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to become a tuner. But you got to go for the full Gallopea combo. But fortunately, because I still have my dungeon, yeah. He won't be able to attack with any of these big old links of his. Which is very important. Let's see. Monster activated from the extra deck. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, that locks my giant Mimighouls affected nuke stuff. And we'll see where this is gonna go. I mean, he's got the Orchestrated Babble. That's true. He's got a bunch of Orcus in the graveyard. That's also true. Well, as long as I have my field spell, I don't need to worry about, like, any of these things attacking me. So that's a good thing. It's a pretty good thing. And let me think. I guess I could, yeah, I'll probably go for, like, SP Little Knight. Something of that effect, just to... Oh! We were thinking the same thing. Alright, what are you getting rid of? What do you hit? Oh, I can't see what it's... Ah, I was hoping it was a giant Mimighoul. That was my only one. You son of a gun. Alright. Touché, sir. I mean, I was planning to go for my own little knight, too, but well, that works just as well. Just about... Heck, I could just attack my opponent if I really needed to. I could just do that. I might just do that. Keep things simple. Keep things straightforward. Alright, so Galatea is banishing itself. Or banishing a card to bring itself back. Okay. It's up to something. The question is, what are you up to, sir? I assume this is Galatea, the orchestrated orchestron, the automaton, as you do. Alright. I mean, so far this seems like pretty straightforward Orcust stuff. Not gonna lie, it's pretty straightforward stuff. Summon a World Legacy from the Bansh's card. Bring back an Orcust monster. Alright. Bring back the Nightmare Boy. You can bring back a card to... Okay, there we go. So yeah, now he's gonna find out he can't attack. Then again, I'm sure he's still gonna do some stuff like make Dingirzu. Not necessarily great for me. Depends on what he gets rid of. A feeling he'll get rid of my field spell, but I'm hoping that's not the case. Also, this dude's almost out of time, by the way. Ah! Alright! Well, we outlasted the Orcust player. Now, it's a bit of an iffy win there, but we did a lot of the Mimighoul things, and it was thanks to Mimighouls that we won, so I call that a win in the Mimighoul way. Just harass the opponent until they don't know what to do. As for what we were going to do on our next turn, true, Babel does give him quick effects of all these, but that's about it. So, yeah, search a card out, use Un for Un to get out one of my yummies. Start doing that old nonsense. So let's go ahead for duel number 2. Keep showing up what this deck can do. Try to get the yummies on the board. It's not that difficult to do. We were just a turn away from... If my opponent hadn't wasted all their time, we definitely could have done that. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Alright, we're going second this time, which... if I had the yummies in my hand, this would not be a problem. But we don't, so it's not great. But when life gives you lemons... you do something with the dang lemons. Pretty much. Alright, so we're up against Exodia. Not my preferred opponent because I can't destroy the darn thing. Not with card effects, and that's like one of my main removal options, so... we'll see. We'll see indeed. Alright. And he'll just get the trap that, like, nukes my board. Yeah, that's what you do. That is kind of what the Exodias do. Alright, Cups of Yummy might be useful here. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Let's see. Let me double check something. Okay, that could work. That could work. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with our Mimighoul dungeon. It's really all going to depend on what my... okay, there we go. Just immediately like, nope. Just an immediate nope. Alright. Go ahead and normal summon our Mimighoul dragon. Use its effect. Search me out another field spell. I swear people jump at the first instance of negation sometimes. It's not pretty. But let's go for Mimighoul dungeon. I really wish there was a Mimighoul that could force my opponent to, like, give me stuff. That would be cool. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna work. I really need something I can... yeah, Mimighoul Cerberus, I just get that back. Yeah, I can make this work. Let's activate our Mimighoul Fork. I'm gonna flip up the Cerberus. Or force my opponent to give me 2 cards, one of the two. He has a choice, but he's gotta make that choice. I'd like him to give me Cerberus, but we'll see if it's going to happen or not. Depending on what I draw into. There we go. Alright, Cerberus is going to do his thing. Banishing 3, and did we get a monster? We did get a monster. Funnily enough, I can use this arm. I can make use of this arm. Thank you very much. Alright, with that in mind, let's go ahead and link off the arm for our boy Link Rebo. We'll special summon Cupsy Yummy. It'll be very touch and go, but if I use Cupsy Yummy's effect and get myself a spell, we're going to go ahead and get Yummy Surprise. So let's me revive stuff. I can also return my opponent's cards. Let's see, 2 light beast monsters. Which I currently don't have, but I can get into that. That's another option. We're going to go for Yummy Snatchy. This is our Link, which you would play more than one of this in the TCG, by the way, but I'm limited at the moment. But this is going to get me my field spell. And use the field spell's effect. Revive our Cookie Monster. A little bit of Jumbo. And then, let me think about this. Yeah. Let's see. Target up to 2 face-up cards on the field. Yeah, we're going to summon out this guy. So we're going to use Yummy Snatchy and Cupsy Yummy. We're going to synchro summon into this guy. This is Cookie Yummy Way. All the different synchros have different effects. This guy lets me flip my opponent's monster face down. Because if I flip it face down, it can't do that much. Now, having done all that, let's see, I can... Oh yeah, I can just make another synchro right now. Upsy Yummy Way, using Link Karibo. And Mimighoul Cerberus. Yes, please. Another one got Cupsy. Because when Cupsy gets summoned out, I can search out 2 Yummy monsters. And we're gonna get the 2 let's see, let's get, who do I want, actually? I kind of want Lollipop Yummy and Marshmallow Yummy. They can both be special summoned. That's the most important thing. Also, we do need to discard a card, so sadly we must say goodbye to our Mimighoul dungeon. But that's okay. Let's summon out Yummy. And I should also bring up, because of the field spell, all of our monsters are getting, like, massively big. It's 500 points for every single light beast we have on the board. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to activate Yummy Surprise. And there's a good reason we're playing this now. Use this to resurrect. Let me think about this. Yeah. We're going to use this to bring back Yummy Snatchy. And then we're going to use Marshmallow Yummy. There might be a Nibiru in my future, but I legitimately do not care. I just don't care. Because Marshmallow Yummy, very nice, will get me back my spell I just used. Very epic. And now one more Synchro Summon. Yes, this one. Lollipop Yummy. And it doesn't really matter who we're using for this, because we're going to bring everybody back. Behold. We have all of our Synchros on the board, and we'll have a board full of monsters. Which is just, this is an OTK and a half. With all level 1 light beastie boys. Karibo would be proud. If these were dark monsters, he'd be proud. So anyway, let's go ahead for the battle phase. And this ought to be a game. This doesn't gain defense points. I checked. So we should be good. Unless, I guess he didn't have a Nibiru, so we're good. Unless he's got something else I'm completely unaware of. This ought to be game. So there you go, folks. This is our damage dealers in this deck. You know, the Mimighouls can do damage too, but not like the Lollies can do. So let's go ahead and attack him with everything we got. Well, I can't attack with everybody, but, you know. It's the thought that counts. So we get a nice, clean OTK against the Exodia player. You know, he was a little too quick on the draw negating and blowing stuff up. So, that's what's going to happen to you. So we got time for one more duel today. This might be a short episode, I don't know. But let's go ahead for one more duel. And finish strong. Alright, everybody, it's time for the third opponent, the fight in third. And what do we have for an opening? Oh, I got Dungeon, and I got a Cookie Monster, so... yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. We'll start off with our Mimighoul Dungeon. I see. Huevos, you say. Okay. I can work with that, I think. Let's go ahead and use our Mimighoul Dungeon's effect. Let me think about this. Because I have fork. Oh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Something a little different for this final duel. We're going to give my opponent the Mimighoul Archfiend. Like so. And we're going to activate the fork. So now, he either has to flip it, or let me draw 2 cards. So those are the options. I would assume he's going to let me draw 2, but it's hard to say. So we got 4 cards in his hand, and I'm planning to do some slow playing here. Ah, I see. He was... okay, he's just going to do that. Understandable. Let's go ahead and get ourselves our other Mimighoul fork while we're at it. Nope. And we'll see where it goes from there. You know? See, now we've done the Mimighoul part of this, at least started to. Now I can just go for the Cupsies and the Yummies and go from there. What is this? Power Patron. Let's see. Set a Power Patron monster deck to add a Dark Fairy from there to hand. Got to attack. I mean, I don't know if this is enough to stop this, but I guess I'll give it a shot. Send forth the forehead monster to stop whatever that does. And we'll see. I mean, I still have Nibiru if I really need it. Nibiru. I've got a big rock. What is this? Destroy this card if you do summon a Power Patron from the hand or the GY. I see. Alright. Summoning out a monster. Lordy, this is some busy artwork. Barely tell what it is. Alright, so he's trying to summon somebody. Destroy this card this turn. Oh, he added a card. Okay. I just updated this game, and it's... I love how you can update MD Pro, and it will still have the cards all whited out. It's really dumb. Let's see. Reveal a Power Patron monster, extra deck, banish a card from your hand or face down. Summon a monster from the deck dimensions that reveal monster. Okay. So that's 1 monster for Nibiru. Sounds good. I really need him to summon like 4 more times, though. Let's see. Yeah, that's a monster. What does this one do again? Does do anything else? Can't be summoned. Turn fusion ziggurat exceed monster from face up field to enter grave extra deck. Wasn't done reading that, but okay. All I know is this does something. Sounds good. Alright, Medi's to Pure, that's 3 summons. Nice. Just need 2 more. Could be anything. Target the monster at the center monster, increase the level by 3. Then if you want to go synchro summon a dude, you can. Alright, this is 4. Our mateys. I'm pretty sure people play this just to go into like Fiendsmith and junk. Yep, Fiendsmith Requiem. Alright, I have an idea here. I have an evil idea. I have an idea that might just work. Alright, so he's going to summon out a Fiendsmith dude. Yep. So I get a rock. And I notice these elf notes can summon to the middle zone. So if I put my rock here, he can't do that. I mean, he can do whatever this does. That's true, but... I don't know, I had to do something. Is that or wait for Fiendsmiths to happen? Oh, Lord, he has another monster. Great. Oh, and what does this do? Shuffle monster. I feel like that should be a ruling violation, but okay. Alright, I think my rock man backfired on me. This does not look good. This doesn't look good at all. Oh man, these power patron things are like... I mean, I've run into these testing. I've seen how they do it. Actually, I had to duel against this with the aliens the other day. It was not fun at all, and Lordy, it is not a fun deck to duel against. It doesn't even help with like the Fiendsmith and junk, so I guess I'll skip ahead and see if there's anything that'll happen for us good. I just don't know if I've done enough to interrupt this or not. Or if I've made it worse. It's hard to say. Alright, well, things do not look good, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad enough that Baron the Fleur is here. That's pretty much all that's really here, but... my opponent's got some nasty traps and things on the board. Doesn't look too good for me. Just have to wait and see how our draw is gonna be. I just don't know if I can get around Baron. We'll see in a hot second. Alright. I see. Oh Lord, what does this do? Switch the location of this card with somebody else. And banish one of the cards in my hand. Wow. Well, that's just rude. Rude, crude dude with a bad attitude. Alright. Let's see how this is going to go. Okay, this does something else as well. Ditching an elf note to negate my stuff. Alright. Ugh. I mean, I like to interrupt my opponent and interact with them too, but this seems too oppressive to me. We shall see. Alright. Let's see. Target face up on a control without his attack. I summon Cookie Yummy. And I use its ability to weaken Baron the Fleur. Yeah. Didn't think of that one, did you? Didn't think I would be doing that. That's a permanent stat loss, too. You ain't ever getting those attack points back. No, you're not. Oh, but what now? What now? Oh, it's just bringing out another monster. Okay. That may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. These elf notes are, like, really convoluted. Not a big fan. So let's see, what does this one do? Switch locations. Return a level 6 lower monster opponent controls to the hand. Well, that's probably going to be game right there, unfortunately. Because while I do have my Yummy Surprise, that would probably be the thing that makes my opponent, you know, use Baron de Fleur's effect. Yeah. Oh, well, gosh darn, these elf notes are brutal. Well, I mean, Baron de Fleur did help out there, but at the same time, kind of ridiculous, but that's just me. Anyway, unfortunately, that means we've lost this third duel. But I'm happy that we got to see, you know, the Mimighouls and the Yummies do things. So, let's go over the end screen. We'll talk more about this deck. Alrighty, everybody. So, the Yummy Gummi Ghouls went 2 out of 3, which I think is very... well, I think that's about right for this arc. You know, it's a pretty potent one when everything goes right and you get everything rolling. You start out with your Mimighouls to interrupt your opponent. you set up for your yummies to OTK the opponent. That's what this deck is trying to do, and we got to see a little bit of A and B. Didn't get to see like the total mesh of things, but it was close enough. So I'm happy with how the deck turned out. We were able to do the yummies. You know, when I first saw these, I thought they were like super complicated, and honestly, they still kind of are, but it's really not that bad. You know, yummies are actually pretty straightforward when you get down to it, so I'm happy we got to try out this one. So again, big shout out to our boy JRPG King for suggesting we try out the yummies. I appreciate it. So thank you everybody for watching. If you did enjoy today's episode, don't forget to hit up with a big old like button and subscribe for more, especially if you enjoyed it. We're still trying to hit 1,000. If we can do that by the end of the Cabin Fever, that would be great. But you know, I'm not gonna force you yet. But for now, here is the deck list. Take it out, enjoy yourselves with it. Here's what we got. We got a couple copy Nibiru, or Nibiru things. One Mimighoul Master, which is my own personal tech choice in here, just to keep the Mimighouls as a mainstaying force in here. A couple copies of Ash Blossom, which you could go to 3 in the TCG if you want to, just to slow down all these oppressive decks that the meta is throwing at us. One copy of Cookie Yummy, which is just a nice little monster you can turbo out onto the board, and it can pop monsters if summoned by a synchro, so that's pretty neat. Marshmallow Yummy, which I would consider 3 of if you're in the TCG, because you can just special summon this thing from the hand if you have no monsters. It can recover your spell traps, and you can put Yummy field. Well, yeah, you can get back your banished cards as well. So it's a really good card to have. So I would max out on this in the TCG, but here on MD Pro, it's at 1. One copy of Lollipop Yummy for getting back my card. Or no, this is the one that banishes cards. Yeah, this is the one that can shuffle cards back into the opponent's deck, disrupt their graveyard setup. Or if you're revived by a synchro monster, you can banish it instead. 3 copies of Mimighoul Dragon for main searching of the Mimighouls. Also can nuke my opponent's board if I flip it up on their field. 1 copy of Shrine, because it'll let me special summon a Mimighoul from my deck. Mimighoul Cerberus to banish my opponent's cards and force them to give me one of their monsters, which is neat. 1 Mimighoul Fairy to stop my opponent from using hand monster effects for a turn. 1 Arc Fiend to force my opponent to discard a card and me to get to draw a card. 3 of the new Mimighoul Flower, because it literally searches all the Mimighoul cards, so there you go, more search power for us. And 3 copies of Cupsy Yummy, as our main Yummy monster, searches out my spell traps, all the good stuff, and you can also draw me extra cards late game. 3 copies of Triple Tactical Thrust, because hand traps are way too rampant, so this lets me get at my normal spell traps and things. 1 Terraforming, if I have 1 field spell or the other and I need the other, there you go. 2 copies of Mimighoul Fork, I can flip face down monsters face up. Well, my opponent gets to pick. They either flip their monster face up, or they ditch my Mimighoul and I get to draw 2, which is neat. 1 Triple Tactical Talents, because it is at 1 in the TCG, therefore we're playing it at 1 here. We got ourselves our 2 Mimighoul Dungeon, which lets me get my searches off, slightly floodgates my opponent if I have face downs on their board, all the good stuff, and I think, yeah, that's its whole effect. I thought I had another one, but, oh yeah, it makes my Mimighouls huge, that's right. 1 copy of For One, because we're playing all level 1s in here. 1 Yummy Surprise, which is not only Monster Reborn, but I can, target 2 of my light beasts, bounce them back to the hand to bounce 2 of my opponent's cards. I can summon a Yummy from the hand to the grave, or bounce my field spell to, place the field spell back on the board. So, dodging spell trap removal. 1 Mimighoul, or 3 Mimighoul Makers. I pick 2 Flippies. My opponent picks 1. It goes to their board. The other one goes to my hand. Best used with Arc Fiend and Dragon. 1 copy of Yummy Amusement Mignoll, which allows me to make all my monsters really big with my Yummies. And it can revive my Yummy monsters if I happen to have it's like a Link 1 monster. Yes. 1 Call by the Grave, because hand traps. 1 copy of Mimighoul Room, because I can use this to turbo out Dragon. Flip a monster face down, get a search off of it, pretty neat. And then 3 copies Dominus Purge, because I'm really getting sick of all the hand traps and things in this game. So, much as I hate to be a hand trappy myself, today we were hand trappy. And I might be a little more hand trappy from now on. Not that I like to say it, but yeah, that might be the case. We'll see. Anyway, so for the extra deck, we have 1 copy of Herald of the Arc Light, which we can make thanks to our Star Ham. It's a bit of a long-winded part of the combo, which we don't always get to go into, but it is an option. It is an option, you know, level 2. What was I supposed to say? Yeah, this is a tuner. Any of our Yummy synchros, plus a level 1 makes Ham. Ham revives a level 1 as a tuner, makes Herald. Let's see, we've got our Cookie Yummy, which can flip monsters face down, which is pretty dang useful. We have Cupsy Yummy at 1, which adds 2 Yummy monsters from my deck to my hand and discards another card. That's the one that's a 2. There we go. And Lollipop Yummy is the one that lets me revive monsters from the grave. All of these, very important for our OTK. 1 AA Zeus, in case things go south with our, you know, Exceed monsters and things. 1 Giant Mimighoul, which lets me search out Mimighouls. And I can also use its effect to destroy face-up cards. You get a number of face-down cards my opponent controls. So, fill their board up with monsters, pop all their cards, do lots of damage. Pretty powerful right there. This is Ribblebird, which we didn't get to see today, but it's another interesting card in this deck. I can attach materials to change a monster's battle position, activating the effect of my Mimighouls and things. And while everyone's in attack mode, this guy gives everyone 500 attack. Everyone's in defense mode, and my opponent can't attack, period. So, an interesting monster. We have, of course, my boy. Where'd he go? Number 54, Lionheart, which is my own personal tech in here. You know, 3 level 1s. If I can't go over my opponent with my Yummies, I will go under with Lionheart and deal reverse damage. It's like Botankos, but better. And let's see what else we got. We have our 1 Mimighoul Throne, just to go with our master here. We have 1 SP Little Knight for, you know, removing problematic cards. Again, I would play 2 Snatches in the TCG, but here it's at 1. But this is a very important card. Gets me on a field spell. It's my starting up tuner monster. And I can use it as a quick effect to Synchro Summon. So, pretty useful. We have 1 Link Karibo, because he's best boy. And 1 Relinquished Anima as another level 1 sort of Link monster that can potentially steal my opponent's stuff. It doesn't always happen, but, you know, I'd rather have it than not, you know. Rather have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. That sort of thing. As for the side deck, there are other Mimighouls like Armor, if you want to go for like a long game sort of scenario. This protects Mimighouls from being beaten by battle. There's another Cerberus if you finally need it. There's other hand traps if you find you want to try other hand traps, like Drolly Lucky Bird. More Fork and Dungeon if you want to go even harder on the Mimighouls. Monster Born for just bringing back even more Yummy monsters. There's more Yummy Surprise if you find you need it, but rarely will you do that. And lastly is Yum Yum Yummies, which is a very silly name for a card. But, and this is a big old but, you can target 2 monsters, including a Yummy Snatchy, ditch them both, and go for a Synchro monster. So essentially kaijuing your opponent. So, it's an interesting card. I decided to go more straightforward today, but, you know, if you're feeling snarky, go right for it. So that's today's deck, everybody. Hope you very much enjoyed it. I'm going to go get some sleep now so I got more energy for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're taking a look at Cloudians. It's going to be good. So, till next time, everybody, stay safe and happy. You have a good one. There we go. Thumb not broken no more. Very good.
Cabin fever is ravaged all aboard. This one-star vessel has become a floating cycle.